been a derelict. All my friends, they wish me dead. They wish me dead. Every day is filled with dread. Filled with dread. All my life been a derelict. I've got the tunnel clue, swallowing me, falling into everything that I do. Everything I kiss or feel since it became. I've got the tunnel clue, swallowing me, falling into everything that I do. Everything I kiss or feel since it became. My life been a derelict, never change, yeah, I swear to it. And of all the times I've been down and out, this time was different, I welcomed it. Every day that I fail to quit, I wind up here in the state I'm in. The heavy weight, cause it's bound to break, I need a break for the skin I'm in. Tip of my tongue tastes like battery acid. Try to everything I kiss or feel since it became. I've got the tunnel clue, swallowing me, falling into everything that I do. Everything I kiss or feel since it became. There's been plenty of moments that I fell in hard times. More often than not, getting faded was my lifeline. I realized that I've always struggled with change, but sometimes you gotta rearrange before you go insane. I've been doing my best to stay true to myself, put my next foot forward and smoking dope for my health. I never give up the music till I'm rolling in wealth. Some days I swear this basement's my own personal hell. Well, I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you. I confess I'm obsessed with the sex. Heart palpitations every time that she texts. I admit that we ain't always been the best for each other, but what is love without the little test? Girl, you know you're my secret link. When I'm with you, my ego shrink. I'm just craving time for us alone. I think about you every time I'm home smoking dope. I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you.
Happy Monday, everyone. The video should be up in a second. I'm having a couple of issues today with technology, and my lights in my basement aren't working. So, wanted to start off the stream talking about the trading bot. It goes live today. Just thought I'd show you guys how to set it up if you're interested. Again, you don't have to use it. And I really do apologize. My face is so bright right now. So for that, I'm just going to turn the camera off for now. When we get to the chart and it's darker, I'll turn it back on. So again, for those of you that might be new, the trading bot, so a couple things, you might want to take some notes. So for the last 5 years, it's returned an average monthly return of 10+-ish%. Each year it's been doing fantastic. It's one of the best long-term investments I've ever seen. As for just a quick introduction of how I guess I got involved with this. So as of the last 6 months, Castillo Trading and I became friends and kind of partners, and he kind of brought me in on this. He was doing this with Bitkit before Bitkit obviously went KYC and stopped allowing U.S. traders. So then we both moved to Coincatch, and we haven't been able to do it with Coincatch, but now we can. So we are. We've teamed up or partnered with CryptoCopy, and essentially CryptoCopy has a team. And there's about 5 or 6 bots. This is the moderate risk bot. It's got a 27% drawdown. We've actually seen that decrease over the last year. We're trying to get it down as close to 20% as we can. For those of you that are unfamiliar with how drawdown works, essentially your financial advisor that puts money in very slow earning stocks or CDs or money market funds is usually about a 3 to maybe upwards of 10%. Maybe some private equity stuff can get into the 10 to 15 to maybe even 20%. So moderate risk is around anywhere between 15 and probably 25%. And then I wouldn't say high risk, but higher risk is around 25 to 30. And then your very, very high risk, like very risky, almost like trading meme coins, would be like 35 to 60% drawdown. So anywhere between 20 and about where we are now is safe. There is risk, guys. This is crypto, of course, you know. But as for crypto, a 25% drawdown is pretty solid. Anyways, the bot trades only Bitcoin and Ethereum. It does not trade anything else. The reason for that is we want to take on it the least amount of risk we can. Again, this is more of a long-term investment, and long-term meaning, look, you can make 10% a month. It's still an excellent investment. To my knowledge, I don't know of a better longer-term strategy. You can see all of the stats here. I've posted them both on Twitter and in my Discord. If you're not in Discord, it's free. It's under the announcements page. I also posted under the trading bot info. For Bitcoin, there's a 55% win rate. For Ethereum, there's a 52% win rate. As for risk management, obviously, every trade has the same amount of risk management. We're winning more than we're losing. We're gaining more than we're losing when we do lose. But overall, it's been a great system to check out. Obviously, it has its better years, but it's traded in both a bull and a bear market, and it's done exceptionally well. Again, this isn't something I would throw your whole house into, but maybe slowly build like a longer-term position. You know, let's say you have $10,000 to invest. I wouldn't say put $10,000 in it right away. I'd say maybe put $2,000 or $3,000 in and slowly build onto it over time. Again, this is just a kind of an extra opportunity for you guys. Yes, I'm being paid from it. We get 10% profit share. So it is kind of on us to consistently outperform or essentially make profit every month if we want to get paid. So you have that going for you. You have a team that is constantly making adjustments or even implementing new indications according to the current market conditions or even future market conditions to ensure that not only you're profitable, but so are we. With all that, kind of give another kind of little deep dive. So you might say, oh, well, you're kind of, I got into this earlier this year. I certainly was not a part of the first 4 years. But earlier this year, I got in. Like I said, Castillo and I, for about the last 6 months, have been discussing how can we, implement our ideas, our indications, our trading strategies into something like this. And first and foremost, one of the, and I kind of gave this example last live stream. One of the things I wanted to do was have a kill switch for the bot based on the FDIC, or excuse me, the Fed calendar, not FDIC. I've unfortunately had to go to the bank several times last week, so FDIC is all over my brain. Anyways, so when Powell comes up and speaks about interest rates, and you guys know that the market does a whiplash, right? It goes up, then it comes all the way back down, then it goes back to its average. You know, even as a normal day trader, like, you're going to get killed on that. Like, on those days, I don't even look at the market because I know what it's going to do. It's going to whiplash, and then it's going to go back to where it previously was, unless it's a black swan event, of course. So with that said, on days like that, I've said, let's just implement a kill switch, turn the bot off. Just don't even bother, because all we're going to do is lose, right? That keeps everybody safe. That keeps us from giving back profits. Because at one point this month, this bot was up about 6.5%. Then the Fed meeting came in, and now we're back at plus 4.6%. So, you know, it's one of those things. And by the way, we lost that couple percentage points on the day of the Fed meeting. So again, that's one thing that I'm trying to implement. We're trying to get an automated system in so the bot automatically shuts off, so we don't have to manually do it. But more on that later. Really, my whole role in the game is risk management. How can we improve and reduce drawdown? How can we implement something like a kill switch? How can we maybe define more accuracy on trades, right? Yes, the bot's making lots and lots of trades. Not all of them are going to win and whatnot. But the whole point is we're trying to get the least amount of loss possible. And how can we do that, right? So again, this whole link is up for grabs in my Discord. I believe I put it on Twitter, but again, guys, tweets, they come and go very frequently. I would just check Discord. You can check the statistics. You can check gains, loss. You can even look at the different trades that are placed, right? So these are all the trades that are placed. Shows the amount won, the amount lost, whatever. You can check it out. If you have any questions, I actually opened up a question kind of box in my Discord. If not, feel free to DM me. My DMs are open. So next, and before we get to the analysis, I just wanted to do a quick rundown. How do you guys get into this? Some people already sent me questions like, how do I get involved with this? So just going to do it real quick, and I apologize for those of you that aren't interested. I have to do this live. That way people know what to do. So this is a new Coincatch account that I have, or I just kind of created. I probably never use it again, but this is that account. So what you're going to do is go to the copy trading feature up here, click on it. You're going to search Roman trading, all one word, and this is where I'm at. You just hit follow. So a couple things after you hit follow, right? I guess I have to hit follow. So this is the copy trade agreement. You can read through it. Essentially, you're just putting your trades in the hands of the bot in the copy trading system. Again, guys, I'm not taking my physical swing trades and doing this. This is all the bot. If you want access to those swing trades, you have to use Patreon. So you'll just hit I agree to the above agreement. Again, read through it if you need to. So there's a couple of things here. We're going to skip this for now because I can explain this. So here's how this works. You can do follow mode, which you are going to follow me in my specs. So my specs, I'm using 4 to 5 times leverage. I'm using $5,000. You can use however much you want. Doesn't matter, but you are essentially using the same amount of leverage that I'm using. Right now, I will say over the next several months, I am planning to increase my portion of this between 50 and 100,000, but more on that later. But for now, we're just really talking or discussing the leverage portion. I don't want anyone to be confused. If you follow me, you're getting 4 to 5 times leverage. It's stated in the Discord. I believe it's stated through the copy trading system. Let's keep moving. If you do not want to use 4 to 5 times leverage, and let's say you want to use more or you want to use less, whatever you want to do, you need to go to switch to advanced, right? You'll hit switch to advanced, and this is how you change all of this, right? Now, I will say we only trade Bitcoin and Ethereum, so the only ones you have to adjust are Bitcoin and Ethereum. Make sure you adjust all 4. So here, you can change to USDT, you can customize, you can change your leverage, however you want for longs, however you want for shorts, follow mode, whatever it is, you can change all of that, right? Make sure you do both Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you do not do both, it's going to automatically follow. And here's the other thing. Let's say you only want to trade the Bitcoin portion. You can turn off the Ethereum portion, right? You can completely turn this off. So for now, I'm just going to switch to basic. Again, a lot of you, I know you're going to do auto copy, or you're going to just do what I do. Again, I'm staying within risk parameters. I'm only 4 to 5 times leverage. I'm not going to increase it. And I believe if I do increase it, it warns you. I'll double check on that for you. But honestly, guys, I'm not planning on changing it at all. So anyways, that's how you set all that up. Again, if you guys have any questions, visit Discord. DM me on Twitter, DM me in Discord, whichever, if you need help. Let's move into some market analysis, and I'm going to turn on the camera now. So again, my apologies for the no camera. I had a white screen, and to be honest, my basement lights, the 4 lights in the back, the light bulbs went out, so I have to get new light bulbs. I actually need to adjust that just a bit. So my light bulbs went out. I have to get new light bulbs. So, again, without them, it's just going to be a white screen and make you guys all blind. What's up, Colin? What's up, Peter? Yes, sir. How's it going, man? We move our fund from spot to futures for copy trading. Yes. So if you want to use the copy trading system, you have to have the money in futures trading. It cannot be in spot. And I believe it will automatically do that when you follow and set everything up. I'm kind of getting information as I get it from the team. Like I said, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. It'll help not only others, but myself to understand, like, what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on, but I mean, what's going on your guys' end? Like, what needs to be troubleshooted or troubleshoot? Like, what issues need to be worked out? Because Coincatch just implemented this system, and the system works fine, but it's a little complicated to set up on your end, and we're trying to make it as easy as possible on your guys' end. That way, in the future, when people want to sign up, they don't have to ask 30 questions, right? But yes, I believe when you apply that fixed amount, and again, that fixed amount that's how much you're copy trading with. If you put $100 as a fixed amount, that's all the bot will use in those trades. Excuse me, I have to. Okay. Great. So let's get into some analysis. So wow, S&P just monster, being a monster this week. So originally, I won't lie, I thought that these bearish divergences are going to play out. Maybe not. I actually had a conversation this morning with the kind of private group, I guess, or the Patreon group. And for those of you who don't know, I do have private analysis every day when the stock market opens. Essentially, that kind of discussion, I wouldn't say argument, discussion was, were these the divergences, right? When we originally had these 2 higher highs, lower highs, and have they already sorted themselves? Like, this wouldn't be a divergence for this. And I'm unsure because I know enough about divergences and how they cause market reversals, but in terms of like the nitty gritty, like this kind of stuff, I don't really know. And to be honest with you, divergences don't always have to play out. So S&P doing fantastic. Dow Jones is actually correcting as well, or has corrected, and honestly created bullish divergences last week, right? You have higher lows here, equal lows or slightly lower lows there. So again, we're expecting this to consolidate and continue upwards. And then the NASDAQ obviously killing it. NVIDIA's killing it. I would say that this does not have bearish divergences at the moment because it's just continuing to rip upwards. But S&P looking good. Guys, we're macro bullish. We've got a lot of macro bullish confluence. Been saying it for a while. Continuing to make all-time highs. Let's keep moving on. So the dollar. I originally thought we'd get a double top. It does not look like we're going to get it. So if we do pull back to support, I'd like to see 104 lost. right? If 104 gets lost, it's going to be huge for us. Other than that, I don't have a lot to say about the dollar. The daily and the 4 hour are not very clear at the moment in terms of like reversal pattern or anything. I guess the 4 hour is somewhat clear, right? We have higher highs here, lower highs here. I guess we could say we were expecting some sort of a drop, or should get some sort of a drop. And with that, Bitcoin's also showing bullish divergences that we pointed out last Friday. Let's look at total. The total's weekly. And I know that there's a lot of people that are macro bearish. My question is why, right? We have not only bullish divergences all over this chart with bullish price action, right? Volume going down or price going sideways, volume going down. We've created 1, 2. It was a third this morning. If we put a deeper red candle, it will be 3. It looked like this morning. So at one point we did have 3 levels of divergence. Again, if we go down to like 60K, we put in a third divergence. We have volume that's not confirming a downtrend. I keep saying it. People aren't listening. At this point in the game, guys, and I'll keep it as simple as this on the total weekly, because I really want to focus on Bitcoin today. You should be looking for longs. You should not be looking to short this. You should not be panic selling any of your spot positions. Like let's say you bought spot anywhere down here. Like, per my belief, if you sell that spot, you're giving up excellent entries. I don't think we ever revisit the 25,000 to 15,000 area ever again, right? I know a lot of alts are going kind of downwards and not doing as well. And hold on one second. I don't know why this isn't working. It needs to be on. Dude, I don't know what is wrong with Streamlabs. Streamlabs is giving me the biggest issues, man. I'm about to stop using it. Like, I get audio issues. I get too many issues. Anyways, a lot of macro bullish signals here. We've gone over them for weeks, guys. Ultimately, I hate those little dots. Ultimately, we're looking at Bollinger Bands, and last week they were 40% apart. This week, they're 31% apart. 10% difference by 1 week. Right? Give this 3 to 4 more weeks, and you'll be looking at that 20% squeeze that we saw in this range. Right? We have to create volatility to send higher, to break this major resistance. Let's move on. Tether. Again, kind of with the idea of Bollinger Bands just freshly in our minds, we are now 28% between the bands, right? Last week we were 38%. We also have, and this morning again, I know I had it drawn, but it's not there anymore. We do have bearish divergences here. We are tightening. Again, we're creating volatility so we can break further to the downside. We had a monstrous downward move with overextension, right? Some sideways, not a big deal, right? All this is making is a bear flag so we can continue to move lower. I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself, guys. You gotta zoom out and look at the weekly. And I gave this example this morning for a lot of the patrons. Here's the biggest indication for trend reversal. One, and I'm going to open up the daily just because I think it's a little bit easier to see on the daily. I'm going to turn off Bollinger Bands for a second. So a couple things here. Between 20 and 40,000, and even lower, we had volume going up, price going up all the way to 40K. Then we had this big pullback, right? Big pullback. Well, what happens there, right? There's no divergences. There's no issues. We have RSI making higher highs. We have price action being bullish. This is just a pullback so we can continue higher. So then we continue higher. Now here's where we start to see issues. We continue higher. Well, what happens between the 40K and, 58K peaks? You have bearish divergence. You have volume going down, right? So between 58 and 65, we started creating issues. We started creating multiple levels of divergence between RSI and MACD. You had volume that continuously dropped, and just to draw an even larger kind of downward arrow for volume volume kept going down. Price not only was price action starting to lean exhaustive, you had an ascending wedge, clear as day, that broke down and retested in the form of a head and shoulders, right? So all these signals are signals of exhaustion, of macro trend reversal, and we got all of them. And a lot of people last bull market were surprised, right? Why did we dump? Oh, we dumped because Elon Musk said he wasn't going to hold on to his Bitcoin or whatever he said, right? We dumped because this, or we dumped because of that. No, guys, we dumped because there was a massive amount of exhaustion in this chart. Now, I know, fast forward, we went all the way to 69,000. I really disagree with this high. Now, yes, I traded some of it, made some money, traded some alts. This is alt season in here. I think a lot of this had to do with FTX, like this part, this portion, the 40 all the way to 69. I thought that was FTX artificially pumping the market. I agreed with the bounce. I agreed with the pullback. I figured we'd just do this. I did not believe that we were going to go all the way to 69 again. And that's my fault, and I'll own that. But the initial kind of bull run, if you're in long-term spot, okay, 65 to 69, it's not much of a difference. Right now when you're holding from 3 to 6 to 8K, right, if you were to accumulate anything down here. So again, let's move over to our current market condition. And what do we have here, right? I'll even open up the weekly just because I think it's easier to see for now. So a couple things. One, we don't have any bearish divergences. We're creating higher highs as price is creating higher highs. You could make an argument that volume kind of sucks, but if we zoom in, now I know this was a lot of wash trading, so I tend to ignore it. Volume is going up as price is going up. Volume is going down as price is correcting, right? We are creating bullish divergences. MACD is correcting. And look, lo and behold, Bollinger Bands are correcting, creating volatility. Now, I don't know how many times I can explain this, right? If you are in a long-term spot position, this is exactly what you want to see for trend continuation, right? Exactly what you want to see. Like, it doesn't get any cleaner than what's happening right now. And I know it's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of people that capitulate here because they're seeing alts crash and they think that alts matter right now. Guys, alts don't matter until alt season. I hate to break that to you. Your alts are going to perform horribly until it's alt season, essentially. Even if they go up from where they are now, they're still not going to outperform Bitcoin until alt season. And it just blows my mind that people are capitulating when Bitcoin is not even 10% from all-time highs. With all of the bullish signals on the weekly. Like I go on Twitter and I see people complaining, people selling, people freaking out. And it's like, why? Just look at higher time frames. Stop looking at all these altcoins, right? Stop doing that. Look at what's more important, right? We're not in alt season. We're not going to have alt season for a long time. I said and suggested we could get an alt period during the summer where maybe Ethereum, maybe Link, maybe some of these AI coins do pretty well. But that's not always set in stone, right? I wouldn't say we're going to have alt season until Bitcoin's at least 110 to 120K. At least. How many open trades is the bot going to have max? Trying to figure out trade size on each trade. So the trading system devotes percentages of your portfolio to each trade. And those trades are dependent on the current market conditions. So currently it's not in a trade. Like the bot is not in a trade. Even if it was, you wouldn't be entered until the next trade. I know it can put you in multiple trades. So let's say you have $100 and the bot's got 50% in a Bitcoin trade. It's going to take the other 50% and put in an Ethereum trade. Now, again, you can set parameters so that it only trades Bitcoin or it only trades Ethereum. But it's all under the risk metrics of the bot. I don't believe you get to control the actual percentage of your portfolio that it puts in. Because, again, the bot's running its own risk management procedures. And if you start to disrupt that, you start to disrupt the flow of the bot. The whole point of the bot is no matter how much money you put in, whether you put 100K or $100, right? The bot is going to say, okay, we're going to take 50% and put it into a Bitcoin trade because we believe Bitcoin's going to pump. Whatever the parameters are for that specific trade. Sometimes they're similar to my parameters where they look for divergences on maybe the hour or the 4 hour. Maybe it uses price action. It just depends, right? Maybe it's using some of Castillo's system. Again, Castillo's system is implemented here. In terms of taking profit, it's going to measure. You guys have to remember, if the bot doesn't detect at least a 5-to-1 win-loss, and I'm just using this as an example, it's not 5-to-1. Let's say it's detecting that it's not going to get a 5-to-1 ratio, it's not going to take the trade, right? So regardless, the bot's got risk parameters in. It's not going to exceed any amount that's going to put you at a massive loss or a massive risk. Now, I will tell you, yes, this bot has performed very well for the last 5 years, but there's a chance we could go red this month, right? I see this as a long-term investment. I'm going to slowly add to this bot, right? I'm going to slowly build a position. If we have a red month here and there, I'm okay with that, right? Not everything is perfect. I've shown you guys data, and you can look at it yourself or selves. I believe it was 2021. No, 2022. No, 2023. 2023 had several red months in a row. Now, the whole year was positive, right? You had a 35, a 24, a 32, but then you had a -10, -3, and -9. That's going to happen, and you're going to have to accept that. Now, I will say, out of all the 5 years, this was the worst trading period that the bots ever had, right? You go back from 2018, 2019 had one red month, 2020 had one red month. I mean, if you count a 0.03, 21 had 3 red months, but again, multiple green months in between. 2022, 2 red months, well, 3 red months, excuse me. 2023, kind of a down period, but again, I see this as a long-term investment. I'm not advising you guys to put in 100 times leverage and gamble on this. This is not first of all, for anyone that's new here, I don't ever tell you guys to do that. What I'm suggesting is build a long-term position as it makes you profit and you become profitable. Start to add. That way you have a cushion. That way if you do have a 10% month of red, then you're equipped for that. And you're not only is the bot managing your risk, but you are adding an addition of risk management by yourself, which is really how you should trade or invest in anything. You should never just go 0 to 100 on an investment, ever. Like even the funds that I trade with, like the real estate fund, I put in the minimum, and with the constituent of, hey guys, I'm going to add to this fund. So if the minimum, and this is not the minimum, let's say the minimum's, let's say I have $10,000 to invest, and the minimum's $1,000, right? All I did was put in $1,000 at first. And as months go by, as years go by, I will slowly add to that position. And that's really how you should treat anything you invest in. You should never, ever, ever put 100% in right off the bat. You can just keep stacking alts like Link Dot, etc. on discount, so take advantage of the situation while we're in right now. Yeah, we're going to get into that in a minute because there's a good... I'll be straight up to say this. I did not believe that alts were going to drop this much. Like, I did not believe that Tau was going to drop below $350, but it did. And this is kind of a situation that you should be taking advantage of. Like, whether you believe in Tau or don't, or whatever, if you're someone that's like, oh, Link, like, look at Link, right? Link is giving you, I wouldn't say Link's giving you the greatest discount, but it's consolidating a ridiculous amount. It's creating bullish divergences. Fetch went down, almost 70%. You guys want to get into some of these AI coins? Now is your chance. And again, I'm going to say this out loud again. Please learn what a dollar cost average is in dollar cost average. Do not 0 100 your account on one altcoin because you heard me say now is a decent time to buy alts. Even Digibyte. Digibyte's almost back to where I bought it. I bought it at 0.065. I bought it right here. Like right in here. And it's almost back to where I bought it. You could argue, well, why didn't you sell it? Well, because it's a long-term position. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not selling a 250% return. Not when it's not even alt season. Now, if we go through alt season and DigiByte does this, right? I'm selling it. Like, the whole point of buying alts right now is you're setting yourself up for if we have an alt season, you're positioned well. Look at something like Mana. Or even CRV for that example. Like, when we have alt season, let's say Mana does this. And you buy periodically here. And your average is here. Okay. Well, if your average is, what is this? 57 cents and we go all the way to 350. Bam. Right? You're setting yourself up for a much larger gain and securing the bottom of a range. Okay, but let's get into Bitcoin, and then we'll call it a day. So Bitcoin's weekly, guys. Again, we have bullish divergences all over this. This is not a double top. This looks more like it's creating a flag. Again, lower lows in RSI, higher lows in price. It's bullish price action everywhere. Let's zoom in on that. You have volume going up, price moving up, volume going down, price moving down and sideways. On the daily, unfortunately, not as clear on direction. I'll be honest, I'm kind of waiting for some type of reversal or some type of, not like larger event, but I'd like to see something cleaner. Like, we're retesting prior support as resistance at the moment. But on the 4 hour, there's a little bit of hope. We do have, or have confirmed, bullish divergences. We actually have equal lows, or excuse me, I would even say that all of these are divergences, honestly, because you have equal lows here and slightly higher lows here, but ultimately you're creating lower lows with price and higher lows with RSI. Again, who knows how much this bounces? This could honestly continue something in here, could create some kind of flag. I don't have the most clarity at the moment because I'm waiting for a reversal, but that's the whole point I'm trying to provide. You guys should be waiting and looking for reversals. Not a lot of people today. I'm guessing, I mean, it's summer. I get it. I'll keep streaming. I'm going to always be here to stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But it is remarkable how dead the market's getting right as we're building volatility to send higher. Like, this is not the time that you kind of slack off. Okay. But Bitcoin dominance, I'm going to leave you guys with this and then end the stream. Bitcoin dominance. Why isn't my CloudBot working still? This is crazy, man. Figure that out later. That's crazy. Like, I wonder why this isn't working at all. I mean, I'll pull it up. See what the deal is. I don't know why it's not working. Because I have a bunch of... So, for those of you who don't know, and I know there's not a lot of people here, Coincatch is offering you guys 40% off fees for the next 30 days. And then you get the 15% off for life that I offer. But trying to let you guys know that just in the chat. I didn't want to... Not that I didn't want to talk about it, but I didn't want to... That's crazy. I don't know why this isn't working. Ooh. All right, we'll figure that out later. My apologies. So just a last kind of thought here. I think Bitcoin dominance will at least retest 54% once more. If it does and it bounces, we are not going to have alt summer. We are not going to see Ethereum and Link outperform Bitcoin, right? If we do break below 54%, we are going to have some kind of alt period. The reason for that, if we drop to 54%, we are going to create a potential bullish divergence. We are going to create, again, another bullish divergence on MACD. If it holds and bounces, this will be consolidation to sort all of these divergences, to sort any kind of bearish exhaustion. But if we fall through, those divergences won't exist because we'll create a new low. And ultimately, we'll see some of the liquidity in this market shift into alts like Ethereum and Link and some of these AI coins that really haven't been performing well to begin with. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. DMs are open. All that said,